the Spurs so far, guys? What do you think?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, Kyle Singler is out there with Nick Collison. Then there's DJ Augustine. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Collison. Now finish the
Right down it goes, boy.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And the basket by Dion. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Nick Collison, and Durant subbed in for Augustine. And that one's good.
That.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game.
And for Russell Westbrook, a heroic effort last season, but not necessarily an efficient one. He averaged 28 points a game, which led the league, but shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injuries.
Well, Greg, on the topic of Westbrook, no one's questioning his heart and his will. It was unbelievable what he did after Durant went down. But Clark, the truth is, it's hard to make the playoffs playing inefficient basketball.
No, I agree. I mean, there are certain guys who are catalysts and other guys who make things happen. And Iverson, Ginobili, Russell's old teammate, James Harden. Those guys make things happen, and you have to live with some of their inefficiency at times.
From past the arc, Westbrook missing again.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers. Oh.
Woo! Lamb down, boy.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Parker kicks to Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Duncan's got 4 points in the quarter.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And the shot is good. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawing back and forth, unbelievable.
And the basket by Dion.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place.
Now the feed to Waiters. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Duncan with the block. And we're through the first half of basketball here. And what's been a good one. Spurs lead by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge.
And time now to send you back down to the
back
floor
foot,
with
back.
Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
The third quarter.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Just a quality performance, and you know, we do expect to see that from him, and he's always setting the bar high for himself, and sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good this guy really is.
And Greg, you know how it was as the marked man when you were playing on great teams in your past. It's hard to perform when everybody's locked in on you. To be able to play like he has when you have a reputation of being the guy, that's impressive.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Leonard. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Drive by Adams. Here's Roberson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And that one's good. Durant's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Thunder.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Here's Ibaka, and he gets it to go from the high post. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
He just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. You go back before last season with Durant. You were set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing Kevin might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Mills comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Anderson in for Tony Parker. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. No good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Aldridge, good.
And you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Aldridge a screen. Lots of room. Thunder with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Outside Westbrook, it's Durant on the wing. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Anderson against Westbrook. Shakes him. Aldridge, no luck. Roberson, no good. We're at the end of the third, and we...
The third quarter, last quarter.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Oklahoma City trailing. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Canner. Russell Westbrook out there with DJ Augustin. And it's Durant in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
Leonard, no luck. The Thunder shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Westbrook against Ginobili. Here's Cantor. Off the left rim and out.
When did you get here?
A minute ago. About 20,000 minutes ago.
What?
20,000 minutes ago. I've been sitting outside.
Shut up.
I watched you play like 5 games.
This is my first game, though.
You were supposed to help me cook today.
Oh, sorry about that. I forgot I'm on YouTube.
Spurs shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Ginobili the pass to Duncan. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Duncan's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Another miss by Westbrook. Here are the Spurs with the ball. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. Knocks down the step back Jay. And the Spurs lead by 2.
And the D just a step slow reacting to the step back. And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan said to the team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Parker drives in, drops in the layup for 2. And now a 4-point Spurs lead.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Cantor with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Augustine in the corner. Back to Durant. Fires the 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Ginobili dishes to Parker. Wide open. Another one falls for San Antonio.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
There's a screen by Cantor. Westbrook missing again.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Daniel Green, who's checked in for San Antonio. Spurs working the ball around now, and that one's good. And the Spurs lead by 8.
And just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Green against Durant. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Take it out. I got, look.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. There's 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
You got it?
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now. Tony Parker.
Tony Parker is putting on a show. The Sabone Assassin does it again. Man, see, he started out as a traditional one guard, bringing him.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sport.
Alright, so that's what I do for this one, guys.